Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Before we get rolling here, folks, I do want to apologize for yesterday. Things just got too chaotic, too hard to concentrate, too hard to do much of a lot yesterday, so I kind of abruptly terminated the stream, and I hope you all can forgive me. Today, we are going to fly. Uh, I'm not able to fly tomorrow. I'm out of town helping my wife with our both our granddaughters that are 5 months old, and won't be able to participate in any 9/11 flights that may go on tomorrow. In the meantime, caught a cold, so it all just kind of yeah. So, but again, my wholehearted uh, uh, apology for just bailing yesterday like I did. So today we're flying the day before 9/11, um, the day of infamy, as I call it in the United States, because most of us, let's be honest, were not alive back in World War II. And what a day it was. I'm not going to run the chat room today. Just let you all enjoy the flight. And, well, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to run the Discord chat today. We're going to just strictly stay with the stream chat that's up there. So, boy, I'm really doing good today. So, but anyway, we are flying a little bit of history as well, let alone the fact we're remembering a day of history. We're flying an airline of history, Virgin America. Um, wasn't around long, had its own troubles, eventually gobbled up by Alaska Airway or Airlines. Sorry, I had a virtual airline named Alaska Airways, so it's so easy for me to drop right back into that. So, one of three that I've had. So, and I'm not really looking to start one. So, but anyway, we have the A320 from Flight Factor online. We do have the sound set still installed in it. I think it's phenomenal. The plane's pretty much ready to go, folks. We're just needing you in the seats, ready to fly. Yeah, I know. Isn't that a neat thing? A novel thought. All right. But first, before I forget, let me get the ACARS running for Piedmont Virtual Airlines. Um, they have a whole bunch of historical airlines from Pan Am to Piedmont to Ansett. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Of course, Virgin America. There's another one. Braniff's in there, and I can't think of the Europeans and the Canadian. But anyway, a pretty good airline. Hopefully, they'll uh, revitalize the 727s they've been butchering over the last couple of years. We'll see with the onset finally of that other sim getting one. So hopefully they bring them back. They got rid of quite a bit, and it's kind of sad. But it's not my airline, so I'm not in charge. Don't want to be. All right, I'm just lining things up here. All right, today we'll get into the pre-flight here in a minute, and we should be online with them. I am going to, as always, verify. Trust but verify. Wonder if you all know who said that. All right, so we're ready to go. Let's bring in Sim Toolkit and let's pre-brief the flight and get ready to rumble, or at least start rolling towards Dallas. All right. So we are at Dallas Love Field, not the other Dallas airport. Um, we are taking with us 81 people. We have been cleared to flight level 390. Our payload today is 18,630 pounds and zero fuel weight of 137, wait, correction, 115, 148 pounds. 115,000 pounds. Um, and we're going to basically fly from the Landry 5 loose departure, Q34 to NEALS, direct SITTR, and the Troops 5 arrival. You'll get why I called it that in a minute. I know, I thought Trumps, but you're going to kind of see this. It's some of those fun things that real world uh, uh, traffic control centers have kind of gone to little sayings along the way. We'll see if you pick it up as we get closer. All right, the weather here in Dallas, 120, so a nice southeast wind at 23 degrees, folks. It is 73 degrees in the Big D. Boy, beautiful day there. Down over in the nation's capital at Reagan National. Unfortunate for us. I was kind of bummed. I was really looking forward to the river's arrival so we could fly right down the river oh, excuse me, folks. Did not sleep well at all last night. Yeah, that's a mantra you hear from me all the time, so my apologies. But yeah, we got a northeast wind or northwest wind at 10 mile visibility, clear skies, and being a northwest wind means we don't fly the rivers. Bummer. But anyway, a beautiful day. There is actually warmer in DC than the Big D. Ah, how about that one? You don't get to see that very often. Um, but anyway, today you do. And with that, folks, we'll clear out Sim Toolkit. I'm going to bring charts in real quick, get us a flavor of what we got in store out of here. Okay, so we're parked in gate 11. 11 and 13, from what I've got from people with Piedmont Virtual, the guys that love digging up history. I love history, so I love the stuff they come up with. Um, that's the gates that Virgin America used at Love Field. See Charlie 23 over at Reagan is where we're hoping to go. We'll see what the controller has up his sleeve if one comes up. Okay, so 13 rights the animal, so we'll push back. Come down the alley to Delta out Charlie to Charlie 10 for departure. 8,800 foot runway here. And here's the Landry 8 or Landry 5. And I can't imagine how there's got to be one or two football fans out there of the true football age. Not this, I'm not even going to say the words that I really want to call it. This ain't football, what you see today, folks. That's right, Tom Landry. Dallas Cowboys, probably one of the best coaches ever. But anyway, we'll go out to Dorset, Hayes, Schramm, Landry, Trench, and right on out to Luce. And many would say that's what Dallas does today, lose. But anyway, sorry, had to get that punch in there. But anyway, so there you go. And by the way, I don't watch football anymore because, well, that's not football out there, folks. That's kids that don't want to get hurt anymore, that don't understand the sport. All right, so inbound to Washington, D.C. We're going to come off SITTR, Pimex, Debs, and then into Dillon. After Dillon, we're going to deal with SEALs, Rangers, Jarheads, PJs, U.S., I guess, Army? I don't know WEDU, what that would be. Oh, we do support our troops. See the little, yeah. This is actual real stuff, folks. This isn't flight sim made up. Now, from troops, we go to let's roll, and I don't know how many know that line, Victory Hero. And then we come in on Catherine into the ILS. So anyway, it's one of those lovely ones. There's one coming like that down from the north. I forget the name of the star. But yeah, that's what we have ahead of us, folks. So let's get rolling, shall we? All right, like I said, we're pretty much through the checks. We've got the FMC all ready to go. Airbus calls them McDo's. Um, and we just need to make sure our altimeter is set, landing system on just in case we come back. Frequencies are all dialed in. Oh, the only thing I have not dialed in yet is our auto ATC squawk. Oh, excuse me. Okay, that is in the box now. And, oh, I can't remember. All right, let me see if I got this right. I don't think I did. That's okay. Oh, wait. Try one more thing and then we're out of here. Okay, we're going to turn that up a little bit. Little higher. Again, you can turn these volumes up, make sure. Good. All right, let's find our common traffic frequency. $23.7. I'm going to check, see if that door is closed. Okay, so we are ready to go. Altimeters are set 3004. We have our common traffic frequency. Sorry, folks. Got used to the 737 that never went yesterday. Okay, and clear and clear All right, and finally, the anti-skid is good. 3 green down. They're all at 12 o'clock. Transponder is set, ready, and let's call the better pushback.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, and we're ready for pushback. As soon as we see him, I'll pull off the chocks. There he is.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Now we're just going to do a straight back push, folks. Just noticed in my chat, we are September. Hang on a second. To some people, this is why I don't do this. But I know they get great jollies at this. Okay.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
But anyway, folks, it is September. If you're looking for a deal on subscribing, especially if you want to get away from the advertisements you see, this is the month to do them. 1 month and 3 months, 25% off, and 30% off 6 months. Shampoo Flyer. Will you stream tomorrow? I really wish I could, Shampoo, but I will not be here at the house. So no, we will not stream tomorrow. Hang on a second. You ever get that feeling? Okay, I did. All right, let's go ahead, crank up number 1. I wish I had a good rendition of that.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
That's true. I could do that. Why am I not cranking?
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time, and have a great flight.
There we go. Now, this airplane, you gotta wait. Just can't go ignition and then push it up. You gotta wait. Don't know if that's the sound set that makes you have to do that or if it's just flight factor and flight factor's ways. That's the first thing I looked for, though, Shampoo, was the APU bleed. Okay, there's available. Okay, available, chrono started. Alright, so now the aforementioned bleed can be turned off. And then we'll come down here, ground spoilers to armed. The only thing I wish Flight Factor would do is put that white ribbon there so you know they're armed. But who am I? Flaps are going to take off. All right. Just a customer, I know. Who happens to know the plane. Let's see. Go here. And okay, so now we got to set our pitch trim to 1.6 up. Wow, that's a pretty hefty up on the trim. Okay, and flaps 2 is set. All right. Okay, we'll head back up top now. Apu off. And we are just about ready to taxi. On. Okay. Auto brakes max. Cabin. Ready. And finally, we'll release the brakes and start our taxi. Okay, finally, time for exam time for the aircraft. Let's test it, and we're good. All right, we are ready to go, folks. Final checks here. Auto brake. Let's get our terrain radar on. Radar itself on, even though it's extremely limited here, folks. And we're... Oh, I did change something. Hang on a second, folks. I thought I had. That's what's here. You know, I probably just didn't hit save. Yep. And it's funny is it's probably come up a couple of times here. Actually, I really hate their radar. Okay. What's wrong here? Okay, something's not behaving right. That's why. Why did it stay up there? Huh. Dallas traffic, Dallas Love Field. Redwood, 1872, departing 13 right. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
airspeed's alive. V1, rotate. Gears coming up. And the big D right ahead of us, folks. Gears up. We're on our way, folks. Let's get the ground spoilers. And the flaps up. Auto brake is off. And folks, we're on our way to DC. Memphis Center is online, folks, so we'll see how things go along the way. Still find that amazing. No turn immediately to miss flying over Dallas. All right, we're coming up on 10,000. All right, folks, glad to have y'all aboard. Hope y'all enjoy this remembering 9/11 flight, and hope y'all have a really good Tuesday. Tomorrow is 9/11, and I hope your day goes well tomorrow. Alright folks, we're coming up to Church, then out to Jake's, and then our final our loose on our departure. Glad you all are here. Glad you all came along. And again, my apologies for bailing like I did yesterday. Way too chaotic, and we're gonna try our best here to make it up. So anyway, we are on our way, folks. So Tulsa approach, Austin Tower are up, all behind us, and all we have staring us down is Memphis Center. So it's one of those flights you all can say, where was I on 9/11? And I'll let you know where I was here in a moment. All right, we got about 2.5 hours to DC. Now that'll come down as we get a little higher. I can tell you right where I was, because 2 weeks prior to 9/11, I had literally hung up my steering wheel. I was a truck driver 2 weeks prior, took a job at the infamous airport that let me go 5 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever it is. And my very first 24-hour shift, now mind you, there was a week or two of training, but my very first on-shift 24-hour shift ended September 10th. Now, when I was in the Air Force doing firefighting, we worked a 24-hour on, 24-hour off, and then every 7th day we got our work day off. So we got 3 days off. Well, here you work 24 hours on, off 48 hours. So I had never actually had a day off, if you will. When I worked, you were either coming to work or you were going from work. That's just how the Air Force was. So I woke up September 11th, not at work, not going to work, but still at home. Turned the TV on to see the first tower already hit. I know many of you may have been in school or at work, but I was home, tuned the TV on, and saw that. Shortly thereafter, of course, like everybody, saw the second plane hit. Yeah, I knew. First thing, I'll be honest with you, the first thing that hit my mind, why'd I leave the road? Seriously. And then I started thinking about all the people that are losing their lives right now. Of course, at that moment, we really didn't know how many people were in the trade towers when they hit. I mean, thoughts of 10 to 20,000 people were very much being talked of on the press. So, and then all of the brave firefighters, police, EMS, first responders, all rushing in as people are trying to get out, as it always is. And many losing their lives as well. So, very tragic day. very, very tragic indeed. Um, just, I've watched just about every documentary out there that History Channel put out, a couple of other channels put out, and it's chilling. The worst was to watch. There was one that took it from New Yorkers who lived, I don't know if necessarily lived nearby the trade towers, but from their perspective, I mean, folks, this was their backyard. And holy crap, my uncle, I talk about a lot, he's the gentleman who owns the Arrow, worked for ABC at the time and had very close friends of his up on the roof working on the antennas. I don't remember which tower had the antennas. If you look at photos, it's the one with the two towers shooting up from one of the towers, antenna towers. I mean, you're in trouble if you're that above where the aircraft hit. There's just no way of getting down, let alone how many floors below they took out. Just such a surreal day, folks. When you sit here, think about it, even these 23 years later, it is just a surreal thought that by this time, 23 years ago, both towers were on the ground. And a lot of people lost. Plus, throw in the Pentagon and Flight 93 out in Pennsylvania. It just, it's hard. It's not an easy thing. Last week, or over the weekend, I can't remember when I actually did the initial search, I started looking for verses in the Bible. I mean, the Bible does not talk about the United States. The Bible does not talk about 9/11, World War II, or any of that. There are some interesting things in history that did come out of the Bible that many gloss over. Alexander the Great was mentioned. Um, so, and a few others. So, in some of the prophets and other points. But, of course, there's still mention. The United States nowhere nearby. Most of Europe, not there, except for Rome. But it's still amazing what the Jewish people have been through, that we can find verses to look back on what they've been through that can apply and kind of walk us through the feelings we had. For instance, today, from Habakkuk. Yeah, you're all, that's not in the Bible. Actually, he is. He's one of those minor prophets. Kind of a lighthearted story here. Hang on a second. I'll bring up the verse. The preacher was saying, yeah, I like to get these other preachers in here so I can introduce you to them, so when you get to heaven, you're not talking, hey, who are you? But no, he isn't. As our pastor this past weekend said, go to Matthew, go left in the Bible, you're going to run into him pretty quick. And this verse in chapter 3, when you read through it, kind of what we felt like 9/11. Totally different situation going on here. Oh, really? And for those who may not be able, they may be driving and just listening. Let me read it. It's Habakkuk chapter 13, verse 16. This is the New International Version. I heard, and my heart pounded. My lips quivered at the sound. Decay crept into my bones, and my legs trembled. Yet I will wait patiently for the day of calamity to come on the nation invading us. Habakkuk's actually a really good book, folks, of the Bible to read. Um, it's it when I first read through it last year, oh, uh, maybe the year before, I don't remember, but last year it just kind of, whoa, not 9/11, but what God can do, has done, and unfortunately, they has done, will do in the future. And that is sometimes rise enemies up to push you forward into where he wants you. So, very, but the verse here, just the imagery at the beginning, the I heard and my heart pounded, my lips quivered at the sound, decay crept into my bones, my legs trembled. Don't tell me that's not what a lot of you all thought that day, besides all that anger and who would do such a thing, and that brewed up out of it. So I was looking to the foretelling of how many people felt. By the way, that was written about 2,000, 3,000 years ago. So, it was a very surreal day. And I'll be totally honest, it continues to be that 23 years later. I can only imagine our grandparents, great-grandparents to some, and what they went through coming out of the Depression and World War II thrust upon itself on them as Pearl Harbor did. I mean, it literally was thrusted into them. They were already suffering through the Depression, and then Japan unleashes on us. Albeit in Hawaii, not even a state at this point, just a very big Navy base, air base, but it thrust us into a war. Much like 9/11 did, thrust us into war in the Afghanistan nation and Iraq. Feel free, any thoughts, comments, put it in the chat. Love to hear it. Like I said, I'm keeping Discord voice closed because it's not, I don't want this to, this is a very special flight for me. A lot happened that day, folks. And I don't want to take any chances of conversations um, derailing. All right, folks. I do want to keep in the forefront here. It is until October 1st, September. If the ads um, get to be too much, because I have raised the amount of minutes we get an hour on ads. Um, you know, it's an option. That way you're ad free and you're also helping to support the stream as well. Um, we got our eyes on a couple projects out there for the stream, and we're just trying to make sure we get the needed funds for it. All right, folks. But yeah, keep that in mind. It is September, and you can get some really good deals right now from Twitch on subscribing and gift subscribing. 25% off 1 month and 3 month subs, 6 month subs at 30% off. And hey, if you like raiding the Twitch loot cave, hey, promo code Twitch sub 20, get 20% off that as well. Check them out, folks. You don't get this but one time of the year. Well, two. We had a little run there earlier, but you know, folks, sometimes ad-free viewing is pretty cool. You miss some things here and there. Now, the good thing is, if you miss it here, we will post this to YouTube. And why did it just do that? Hang on a second. There we go. Don't know why. All of a sudden we hit 39 and it dropped right down to 38 too. So, oh well, that's what that horn was. So take advantage of those subscription offers, folks. They're great. They help streamers out a lot. Like I said, I've been unemployed for 4 or 5 months now, and albeit I have not touched any of the money that comes in from the stream. I've actually put it into the purchase of some sound and a couple of aircraft. So I'm looking for one now in particular. We'll see. If I don't think it's payware, but it might be. but we'll see. But anyway, we appreciate it. And if you do subscribe, hey folks, ahead of time, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you so much. We also take donations and tips. Just hit the, here, I'll show you. Now that, I'm still not sure why it does stream elements like that. But it does, so. But in the box for Nightbox, that is the same link that's starred out in the one from Stream Elements. Here we go again. Oh, I hate this one. Things are so different and it just won't settle its butt down. But anyway, folks, welcome aboard. Thank you for flying with us on this day before 9/11. Hopefully there'll be some pretty good memorial flights. I actually did not see any in events coming, so not a lot I'm going to say about that. It's just the times we live in. I mean, it's even hard sometimes to hear people talk about December 6th, December 7th, June 6th. I think I said it. June 6th, D-Day, Pearl Harbor Day. That I think 9/11's already gone there and went there much quicker than the rest. And that is sad. Because as the philosophers said back of old, those who want to put their head in the ground and forget history, history will repeat itself. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and call us in cruise. Had a feeling I was going to have to push the button. Now, I will say, folks, now you don't see it in the title ahead of us here on the stream, but you do see it when it scrolls through. The big star sky sounds so weird to say it that way, but anyway, they are pretty good for this aircraft. Well, granted, we flew an A319, but that CFM engine sound was like pretty close to what it sounded like, folks. I was really amazed. And other things you can make it do, you know, from up in the cockpit. So that's one of the things we purchased. Now, I am looking to add sound like this to the tollless A319 and A321s and 321 Neos. I go to where I found this and I have no idea what I need to purchase to make sure I get, for like the A319 and A321, the correct CFM and IAE engine noises, and then you have the tollless to get those correct because they're Neo engines. And it looks like we're going to be doing this all the way. So, unfortunate folks, that's just the way the weather source of whatever sim you're using is going to just kind of bounce you along. Things change rapidly. XUIPCs or FSUIPCs are supposed to help minimize that, but sometimes they're real drastic. Oh, I think Memphis Center went down, folks. They did. Well, they must not like me. So, well, cool. We'll just kind of continue on. We're still building our speed back up. But I hope you enjoy this flight, folks. Like I said, it would have just been awesome to fly the rivers into Reagan. I love that approach. But it is what it is. And we're going to be coming in from the south on the ILS, and you'll get to see the monument skyline to some degree to the north. So, and we are right now about an hour and a half out. So like I said, as soon as we got up to altitude, we're going to be bouncing like this all over the place, folks. Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there with the way the airplane's behaving, but it doesn't matter. If it would have been Zebo, the 747, we'd have been up and down. Matter of fact, more pronounced porpoising would have been happening. At least it doesn't appear to be porpoising. Alright, now let's see where we are in track here. Well, we would have been in Memphis territory right now. Next up is Memphis. And for those curious, we got about 780 miles to go. So sit back, relax, enjoy, folks, and hopefully it'll be a really great flight. Alright, folks, we're back. Sorry, took a quick break to get some coffee right here at the house. And onward we go. Kansas City, Indianapolis are all up. Let me get that spy up here. Oh well, I chose the aircraft, so I have to live with the aircraft. I'm not saying that Tolis would have been any better, but oh, these get old. But I want to thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike today as we remember 9/11. Actually, I'm going to do a quick tweak here if you don't mind. There we go. Alright, just a little tweak. It's just kind of one of those things, you know, you look at long enough, you know, it just goes, man, that's just getting under my skin. Having it 9-1-1 instead of 9-11. I know, y'all are going, you are weird. And don't worry, everyone says that about me. Everybody says it. But I want to welcome you into Flying with Mike. Give me about a minute here as best I can. I have been in this flight sim world since about 1999, flying either FS-98 or FS-2000 to kick it off, and then Flight Sim 2002. I'll get it out, really, folks. And then a century of flight. Now, I'm one of the few here that if people over in that other sim would realize a century of flight was the best sim Microsoft produced to date. I've watched some videos, been kind of very disappointed in what I've seen, and that's why I just won't go back. There are other reasons, folks, but I'm just not going back. Went to FSX. It was okay. Once I got a decent computer, it was great. It eventually ran out of memory. It wouldn't even boot up, so don't even blame FSX. It was not great. I will hand you that. Jumped over to X-Plane instead with a new computer and not coming back. Also at the same time, coming up in October is when I did my first stream in 2020. I actually had intentions of flying Microsoft, but I watched a couple streams and went, I am not spending that much money on that. And then spent far less money on a far better simulator. And we go back. So 2020 or X-Plane 12 came along, and it just, I mean, there are some things I could do to my computer to help, but overall, it is doing a phenomenal job now, 4 years old, and just amazing. So, became an affiliate 3.5 years ago here on Twitch, and last month have the ability now to monetize and become a partner on YouTube. So that's my hat off to you all, and thanking you so much for the good times, great times, and we've had some down times, some, you know, downturns, but overall it has been great. And thank you to you all that support the stream, both with just your follows. That does a lot for me, folks, and those that even go the next step and subscribe. So Thank you. Yeah, I was a little over my minute. But anyway, thank you so much, folks. What the heck just happened? Hang on, folks. I have a feeling this MEMFS is messing with it. So bear with me. We're gonna go direct and just bypass that. Why MEMFS? I don't know. Okay, folks, the magenta here on the screen, those are airports. Now, the one thing I don't like is all the airports are showing up. Half of these airports, if not 3/4 of them, could not support an A320. So, we have to just deal with that, folks. But like Memphis, I'm pretty sure can. I think, what's it called? Olive Branch in Tennessee, all of which could support the aircraft, but like these over here, no. No, these are small airports. It is nice, though, to know they're there. I should mention this. Yesterday, was it a YouTube feed or a Facebook feed? I can't remember video. A Falcon 9 or something like that landed in Sydney, and John Travolta was piloting it. It was his plane. They got the camera zoomed in on the cockpit, and he looks bewildered. How'd they know I'm here? I know that question comes over probably a lot of famous people, but just the look on his face. Like, really? So, but it was, they didn't show the landing, just the taxi in. But, yeah. I can't imagine that, folks. All right, let me kind of look ahead. But I hope you all enjoy the flight into Reagan National again. It's just the luck of the draw. Unfortunately, the winds are out of the north today, northwest, pretty gusty, and that means we're coming in on runway 1, not the rivers. Although I know some of you out there would just say, "Ooh, just wind." Yeah, okay. All right, folks, well, enjoy the music. As we get closer, we'll be talking more about the arrival. And hope we see some stuff from you all in the chat room here. Like, where were you September 11th, 2001, when you realized what was going on? Your thoughts, um, most everybody listening in was somewhere that day. Most. Alright, folks, haven't left you, still here. Eating a little bit of lunch from the galley back there. Hope y'all have enjoyed. If you haven't looked ahead, we have Indianapolis Center. I'm not so certain we'll be talking to them, but we will be talking to DC Center. So, that's what lies ahead of us. And currently we're about 39-ish miles out of the Guitar, Nashville, Tennessee. And about the halfway point. Looks like we have about an hour to go into Washington, D.C. This day before the celebrations, memories, however you want to call it, for the memorials of 9/11. 23 years ago. I don't know if celebration should have been my first choice in words. As we set to mark that day. Like I've said from the start of the stream, feel free to put in where you were, your thoughts on 9/11, and I wish we could stream tomorrow, but unfortunately I will not be here. So be watching to 5-month. I keep wanting to say 5-year-olds only if they could have been 5-month-olds. Be a heck of a lot easier in some respects. In others, the 5-month-olds are actually easier to watch. Indianapolis Center, Red Rock 18, 72. We're with you, fly level 390, approximately 50 miles from Swap.
Red Rock 1872, I believe it was, Indy Center, ident.
Red Rock 1872, identity.
Red Rock 1872, radar contact, 46 miles west of Livingston, welcome.
Redwood.
November 6 Alpha, I'm showing 280 for your crossing restriction. But I don't have the Lizzie 1 arrival into St. Louis. Lizzie is out of Louisville, of course. You don't have a RNAV approach into St. Louis, do you?
There is no arrival into St. Louis that was in the filing. We could cross Dave at 5,000 if that'll work for you.
Let me check with Kansas City.
Okay, sounds good. We'll set this out. As a matter of fact, we're going to have to abort this flight, and we've got another issue we got to take care of at home. So we're going to go ahead and stop right now, if that's okay.
November 6 Alpha, radar services are terminated. Frequency change approved. Real world always triumphs hard fun and games. Have a good day.
You too, sir. Great job today. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Wing 709, you're leaving my airspace to the northwest. Chicago is offline. Radar services are terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Treacherous group, Wing 709. Thank you very much for your service, sir. See ya.
American 3054, Indy Center, runway 23 right. Taxi by Echo Romeo Bravo.
Alright folks, we got about 50 minutes to go, so again we're planning runway 1 into Reagan National. We'll be handed off here shortly, probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes to DC, and then from there take them all the way in. I don't know if we're going to go down off of DC Center or not, but we'll be on them for the duration. So I hope you all have had a great time, enjoyed the departure out of Dallas. Always amazing. We fly over the Big D instead of kind of making a bank around it. So always interesting. Now granted, Dallas-Fort Worth is orientated so you make turns where you won't even see, well, you'll see the city, but you're a pretty distance away. But not Love Field, you're going right over.
Kennedy Center, good afternoon. November 681 Golf Hotel is flight level 210. We're about 54 miles northwest of Montreal.
November 681 Golf Hotel, Indy Center, good afternoon. Position report, radar contact.
I know, folks, that tone is annoying. Hopefully, once we start back in the upward swing, it'll go away like usual.
Redwood 1872. Would you say again your call sign, please?
I had it wrong. It is Redwood 1872.
Okay. I didn't write it down and I couldn't remember what you said, so thanks for the help.
I figured it was one of those nature's wonders, you know, the redwoods, Red Rock.
Oh, that's what you said, right? Red Rock is Nevada, Redwood is California.
Yep. Correct. That was close. I mean, just a few miles apart.
Anything west of the Mississippi, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Redwood 1872.
American 3054, wind is variable at 4, fly runway heading, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
He must be prepping us. No, we're not ready yet for DC. We're coming up to Gents. Got a little ways to go across. Alright, maybe another 10-15 minutes. But yeah, Nats or Gats is what we're coming up to. Font, and then we'll start thinking about it. We got to get in the Bluebird area of West Virginia, Tennessee area. Or is that Virginia? Anyway, only been through it a couple times, but on the truck. But anyway,
Center, good afternoon. Allegiant 1455 on the ground in Huntington, request an IFR to Destin, sorry. Legion 1455, here cleared to the Eglin Air Force Base by radar vectors to volunteer VOR, then is filed. Maintain 5000, expect flight level 38010 minutes after departure. Departure is this frequency, squawk 6735. Cleared to Destin as filed, radar vectors to volunteer, VOR, maintain 5000. Expect 38010 minutes after departure, squawk 6735, Allegiant 1455. Allegiant 1455, readback is correct. Push to start your discretion. Call for taxi. And expect runway 12 for departure. We'll call you for taxi. We'll expect 12, Allegiant 1455. Golf Hotel, descend and maintain 14,000. Springfield altimeter is 3018. 14,000, 1 Golf Hotel.
Alright folks, while we can, let's bring in charts real quick. Take a look at this arrival into Reagan. Again, we will probably be on DC Center. So you can see we got a little ways to go to SITTR. Once we're at SITTR, here's the routing in an overview, and here's the actual chart. Alright, we're going into Reagan. So these directions will get you there from troops. You'll understand why it's interesting. So again, hang on a second, making sure things settle down. But anyway, you can kind of see the routing here, and then we'll come in runway 1. All right, so we got SITTR, Pomic, Debs, Dillon.
Indy Center, good afternoon. Omni Express 2250 is up the north ramp.
Anyway, after Dillon,
Omni Express 2250.
we'll cross Seals,
runway
Ranger,
18
Jarhead,
center.
PJ,
Taxi via Echo.
U.S. Army.
18 center via
We
Echo.
do
Omni Express
support
2250.
our, there's where TRUPS is actually troops. Let's roll. Victory Hero. Kind of neat. It happens in a lot of places more than you think if you really pay attention to what you got ahead of you. So, but yeah, that's how this one, there's another one coming in, patriotic, off of Morgantown area, West Virginia, actually further out. But anyway, it's just kind of fun when they do this. And this is real world, by the way, folks. This isn't make-believe flight sim world. these are taken from charts. You just can't use these charts in the real world. So, and you can see our restrictions. 24 above 24,000 in Ranger, above 22 at Jarhead, 21 in PJ, above 17,000 at USAA. I'm thinking Army. I'm not certain where USA we do. I'm not sure. Might just be USA. I don't know. Because Ranger is kind of covered.
Center, Legion 1455, ready to taxi.
Covered there.
Legion 1455.
We do is 16,000, support 14,000. Our is below 13, and troops 11,000.
Runway 12, taxi by Alpha Golf, cross runway 12 at Alpha.
And then 8,000 and let's.
Alpha Golf, cross runway 12 and Alpha.
6,000 and roll,
Legion
and then
1455.
roll with the punches as center lines us up for runway 1. Okay, here's the ILS. Let's see here. ILS runway 1, Reagan. D8 and your rest of your frequencies. Now we will not have to put in the localizer in the Airbus. Done automatically, plus the final approach course of 007.
Omni Express 2250. Wind is bullet 6. RNAV
Baden,
Rorschach. Runway 18
214
center.
and 200. 200 will be our minimums for this one. Missed approach out to Georgetown.
It's center, just confirm, would be RNAV Chloe for 2015.
All right.
Yeah,
Now the
I was
key
looking at the wrong
on
chart.
the missed
RNAV
approach,
Chloe.
we have to stay
You got it. Thank you for the
west of the Potomac.
Alright, RNAV
Start
Chloe,
getting
runway
into
18
restricted
center,
and
take off on
prohibited
the
areas.
2050.
Other side of the Potomac, namely the mall here, Washington Mall, with all of the monuments and museums. They don't want you flying over. Not sure which 56B covers, but we're not allowed over that. So if you stay west of the river or hug it, you're gonna miss most of it. You're gonna probably on this go around overfly the Pentagon. Hopefully they won't send missiles. That's only if you're blue. But anyway, Catherine at 2,500 feet, Baden at 1,600 feet, J-roll. We're just on the descent in. So, and then again, there's our minimums, 200 and a half mile. So, pretty simple stuff here, folks. And centered. In a second, although I thought something looked a little kind of wonky with that. There we go.
Omni Express 2250 radar contact, say altitude.
Altitude.
Through 1100 for Omni Express 2050.
Omni Express 2250, climb maintain flight level tree 9 or 0.
9 0, Omni Express 2050.
November 1 Golf Hotel, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,000, 1 Golf Hotel.
Legion 1455, fly runway heading, wind is 250 at 3, runway 12 clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, runway 12, clear for takeoff, Legion 1455.
So auto, medium on the brakes, we're looking at about 130. We'll see how that shapes up as we get ready to set up our descent in the McDo. Speaking of which, 147 miles to top of descent, folks. And again, folks, if the ads are too much for you, I do apologize. It is our way to help Twitch out, paying some of their bills as well as paying some of our streaming bills. Now, granted, we stream for free, but in order to get some of the aircraft we have, well, that's our bills. And so we have up the number of minutes in which commercial ads will run per hour. But this is the great month of September, and I'll give you the rundown here. There you go. Basically, until October 1, you're looking at 25% off a 1-month sub, 25% off a 3-month sub, and 30% off a 6-month sub. So really good deals right now being handed out by Twitch that if you don't like commercials, but we would love for you to subscribe, and you can do this on all the channels you watch. So we truly appreciate y'all being here, and truly appreciate your kindness and your follows. But sometimes, we help out Twitch like they help us out. And
Legion 1455, radar contacts the altitude.
Passing through 13,000, Legion 1455.
Legion 1455, proceed direct volunteer VOR, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Direct volunteer VOR and climb maintain 380, Legion 1455.
all right, so yeah, if you're willing, we would sure love for you to subscribe here. But follows are just as welcome as well. All right, folks, we are about 100 miles or so from top of descent. We're going to begin programming the McDo, just the weather details for DC. Everything else is programmed in. So for the arrival and all of that, which we just went through. And so soon, hopefully, we won't be hearing it, not knowing what altitude it's at. Folks, if you read
November 1, Golf Hotel, do you have the weather no-temps for Springfield?
We do have the weather
the verse for today, folks, it's out of Habakkuk. It's in the Old Testament.
Say again, the runway?
And if you read it, you're gonna kind of deja vu with it.
1 Golf Hotel, proceed direct. APOB.
May bring back to mind what
was that fix?
this 9/11
Hotel Alpha
2001
Papa
was
Oscar
from.
Bravo. How would you pronounce it?
I just didn't know which one you were saying. I hate I'll put that in there for one else.
And November 1 Golf Hotel, descend maintain 4,000.
4,000 now, 1 Golf Hotel, thanks.
Golf Hotel, Hey Pub is heading to 160 approximately.
Yep, we're turning right now. We're direct Hey Bob right now for 1 Hotel.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we are 100 miles out from top of descent. All right, so let me start. Now, there's a lot of things we can't do in the flight factor that we can the TOLUS A320 or A3 20 1921s. Namely, we can't update our winds. However, we can update our weather. And I don't mean by going out and getting a METAR. This is a pretty, just not as sophisticated as the TOLUS aircraft. And we really don't have a good CPDLC or ACAR systems in the aircrafts. Not sure where that lies. All right, but here's what we do. We'll just blow this up again.
November 1 Golf Hotel, you're 6 miles from Hey Pub. Cleared for the RNAV runway 6 approach.
I really hate this when it does
Clear
this.
for the RNAV 6 approach for 1
Thank
Go.
you. All right, as of 22 minutes ago, folks, our Q&H is 3011. And you do have to put the dot in there, folks. Temperature in the DC area, 29 degrees, a little warmer than when we took off from Dallas. And 030 at 7. Well, you know why it's warmer. It's all that hot air.
Redwood 1872, contact Washington Center on 133.72. Good day.
Over to Washington Center, 33.725. Redwood 1872, thanks. I put the wrong one in. Hang on, let me start there and build up. 133. Okay, decision altitude we said was 200. Okay, so we're looking at an approach of 130, landing 122. We're gonna go max on the brakes. Maybe. Huh. Not sure why I can't click in on that now. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, we may be foot braking it. Yeah, Washington Center, Redwood 1872 with you. We're level, flight level 390 over center.
Redwood 1872, Washington Center. Hello.
Hello. And the first officer has decided to wake up in time for the landing. So we'll have that in the background as well. Just partying away in the crib downstairs.
Washington Center, Legion 8065, about 10 miles south of Greensboro, flight level 370. Legion 8065, Washington Center, radar contact.
Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2011, we're ready for taxi to runway 01 with information Yankee on board.
Frontier Flight 2011, roger, runway 1, taxi via Juliet, cross runway 4.
Taxi via Juliet, cross runway 4, Frontier Flight 2011.
American 1223, descend by the approach to arrival, LaGuardia, altimeter is 3006. Stand by the approach to arrival 3006, American 1223. American 1191, descend by the approach to arrival, LaGuardia, altimeter is 3006. Descend by the approach to arrival and altimeter 3006 for American 1191. Center, King Air 340, Papa November, with the Kapar IFR to Leesburg. Number 343, Papa November, Reagan Granite, Philly. Okay, firm. Okay, I do not control Philly, so you can call me at passing around 6,000 or 7,000 feet. Roger.
Just a beautiful day in the neighborhood here, folks, as we approach Debs by Dillon and Seal. We're going to begin to start wondering if we're going to get our descent. But again, welcome aboard, folks. Glad you all could come out for our day. Hang on a second. Sorry about that, but thanks for being a part of Flying with Mike today. As we do our remembrance of 9/11 and where we were and stuff. Love to hear your stories in the chat. But we are currently on the Troops 5 arrival into Reagan. So, hope you all have a wonderful day. We will not be able to fly tomorrow. Just won't be anywhere near a computer able to do it.
Washington Center, Frontier Flight 2011, holding short runway 01 at Juliet.
Frontier Flight 2011, roger, wind 0305 on runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff for Frontier Flight 2011.
Redwood 1872, descend by the Troops 5 arrival, Washington is landing north, Washington altimeter 3011.
Descend via the Troops 5 arrival, Redwood 1872. Hello, Miss. How are you? You look very happy. Are you giving us your little cute look? Aww. Yeah. Anyway, folks, yes, our little 5-month-old that we watch has arisen from a very good nap. So, Alright, just after Dillon, looks like our top of descent, so let's set it for 24, as I do not know how this, I always forget how this plane descends. If it goes, like a lot of TOLUS, they go to that top number, so like at Ranger, we have between 28,000 and 24,000. It'll descend to the 28 automatically. So like if I set 11,000, which is the hard altitude first one at Trups, they'll level off at those top numbers and then drop to make that.
Frontier Flight 2011, radar contacts, altitude leaving.
So, but anyway, I'm glad to have y'all aboard for this remembrance of 9/11. Hopefully, I could not find any flights tomorrow, folks, that are advertising.
Ready to 1223 Liam Airspace, New York soft line, frequency change approved.
Advertising any kind of 9/11 remembrance
Frontier
flights.
Flight 2011,
So,
radar contacts, altitude leaving.
We're doing our best.
Frontier Flight 2011, passing flight level 3,300.
Frontier Flight 2011, roger, comma, maintain flight level 340.
All right.
Flight level 340, Frontier Flight 2011.
Hope y'all enjoy. I hope we enjoy as much as we can tomorrow.
Reagan 9900 Liam Airspace, Cleveland Center, soft line, frequency change approved.
Alright, real quick, we've got runway 1 in our sights for the ILS, and basically we're cleared the approach to that point. They're landing north. Looking at the ATIS, they are currently not Zulu, but you know, they are Zulu. So, 3011 and expect Mount Vernon visual to runway 1. I have no idea what that looks like. Let's take a look. Here it is. Yeah, pretty much. Wonder why they do that. Interesting. Let me bring this up. Just looking at the ATIS, and hang on a second, folks. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, this is, here, let me get back to it real quick. Okay, go to VATSIM. Landing and departing runway 1, 3, 4, and 4. Multiple approaches being conducted to intersecting runways. Arrivals expect Mount Vernon visual 1. This is it, folks. So Caterin, we're aiming for. Baden, you kind of zig over to come in. I don't get what that's all about. So that's an interesting visual. Why don't you just keep them on? I mean, unless it's just keep them over the river, even though the ILS folks are coming straight down the river. That's weird. Go ahead and pin that in case he goes, you need to fly it. I'm like, what? Okay.
American 1191 Liam Airspace, New York soft line, frequency change approved.
So I just wanted y'all to see that is an interesting approach, much like the LDA and Rivers approaches over on the other side, coming in 1-9. Okay, we're starting to set up here. Where's my truck? Oh, I also need parking gates. All right, let's get up here. Seatbelt signs.
Washington Center, American 1892, flight level 170.
American 1892, Washington Center, ident.
Washington Center, American 1892, confirming that you can see that ident.
American 1892, affirmative, radar contact 30 miles north of the Elkins VOR. Verify maintaining 17,000, Elkins altimeter 3021.
Altimeter 3021, thanks.
In Washington Center, King Air 340 Papa November 7,000 climbing 16,000.
340 Papa November, Washington Center, ident.
All right, PJ is 23.
Ident.
280, 280. Okay, so we've got so far, as long as we don't speed up like we are.
For 340 Papa November, radar contact 23 miles north of the Woodstown VOR. Time maintain 16,000, Philly altimeter 3009er.
3009 and up to 16,000, 340 Papa November.
Okay, we hit 23,000, so we're starting to get into the right numbers. I'm just going to keep us coming down at 3,000 here.
516, roger. Wind variable at 4, my 5, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 5, American 516.
Perfect. All right, so we're actually on the right profile. It's just keeping our speed in line. Okay, altimeter here. 3011.
Redwood 1872, expect the Mount Vernon visual, runway 1.
Altimeter setting.
All right, the Mount Vernon 1 visual for Redwood 1872 for runway 1.
IFR clearance as filed.
American 516, radar contacts, the altitude leaving.
American 516 out of 1,100.
American 516, roger. Climb maintain for level 220 and leaving 3000, proceed direct Hope Bellevue.
Roger, that's 220, leaving 3000, we'll go direct Hopewell, American 516.
Moxie 6405, Washington Center, to the Tampa Airport via the call East 7 departure, direct transition, then as filed. Maintain 3000, squawk 2172.
Clear to Tampa via the Cali 7 departure, climb to 3000, and squawk 2172, Moxie 6405.
Moxie 6405, read back correct. Wind variable at 4, and let me know what runway you want when you call for taxi.
Roger, we're set up for runway 34 for Moxie 6405, so we're gonna take that.
Moxie 6405, roger, thank you. American 1892, descent by the Freedom 6 arrival, Washington is landing north, Washington altimeter is 3011.
American 1892, can you repeat that descent via?
Descent by the Freedom 6 arrival, landing north.
Freedom 6 arrival, landing north. Altimeter was standby 1.
Altimeter is 3011.
3011, thank you for American 1892.
All right, folks. I knew. That's why I'm putting it in there. I had a feeling he had something up his sleeve.
Washington Center, Moxie Moxie 6405's pushing start at Richmond.
Moxie 6405, push start approved, face south.
Roger, face south, Moxie 6405.
Okay, folks.
Washington Center, hello.
Coming up to hour.
4619 from Norfolk. Approaching runway 05,
And that's at
ready for departure.
250 hard speed.
Reagan
Descending.
4619, Wasser Center, wind variable at 4, runway 5, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 05, American 4619.
Okay, that is not our ILS frequency yet, folks.
Frontier Flight 2011, Liam Airspace, Cleveland Center, soft line, frequency change approved.
Alright, folks, so we are cleared visual approach onto runway 1. And if you haven't seen it, the Mount Vernon.
Number 340 Papa November, stand by the Hyper 9 arrival. The Leesburg altimeter is 3013.
So we'll come in on that
We'll
visual.
descend via the arrival.
Katrin,
We'll just be unable to
at
250
Baden,
knots.
we kind of zigzag, follow the river, basically, is what it is. Can't call it the rivers because they got it on the other side. Alright, flight attendants, prepare for landing. Okay, down to 8.
Sorry, American 4619, airborne passing 1000.
American 4619, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 24, oxygen
Okay,
270.
so roll is 50,
Climbing
is still
270, American
250.
4619.
Okay, let's go ahead. Get our
American
legs.
4619, proceed direct Lucille, resume navigation.
Back Lucille, all navigation, American 4619.
An American 1892, expect the Mount Vernon visual runway 1.
Expecting the Mount Vernon
Dulles.
visual for runway 1 for American 1892.
Washington Center, Moxie 6405 is ready to taxi to runway 34.
Moxie 6405, runway 34, taxi via Charlie Lima, cross runway 2 at Charlie.
Taxi via Charlie, cross runway 2 at Charlie, then Lima, hold short runway 34, Moxie 6405. Center, American 4619, we don't have Lucy in our flight plan.
Do you have Hydra, Hotel Yankee, Tango, Romeo Alpha?
Protein direct Hydra for American 4619.
Thank you.
Okay, lights are on, seatbelts are set. Alright, let's see if we missed anything else. We'll get the speed brakes here in a minute. Let's make sure they are retracted. They are at this point. And again, folks, per the chart, roll R or quadruple L 250 at 6,000, and that's our last altitude restraint till Catherine at 2,500. And then we get to play the visual. So we get a little bit of fun. Not as much as the River's arrival for 1-9. But, well, hey, we'll take what they give us. Okay, we're coming into 6,000. See if we're going to have any conflicts. Nope, no conflicts. Cool. Matt, 1997 Air, do you have any issues with flight factor? The panels look too dark. Yes, I have the same thing. You're looking at it. Not very happy with flight factor in this panel.
Treacherous, Juliet Delta Lima, Space Atlanta, soft line,
Just gonna double check if there's anything I can turn up. That's about it. So that's about all you get, folks. These panels are not great. They actually ran a survey a few months back before the tunnel vision of the Sevens or Wild came out, asking the same question. We never heard from them since. So don't know if it's even on their radar. I mean, the A350 has a ton of problems too, but we'll see. You know, it's wait for version whatever number down the road. Kick the can, just keep kicking it. That was a great game, not in flight sim. Did he clear us down? Because I feel like we're kind of high. I don't know about the 10 to 12 second pauses, but I'm going to...
Record 1872, set maintain 3,000, then the river SITTR, 12 o'clock, about 10 miles, report the river inside.
We'll be looking for the river. We'll be descending down to 3,000. Redwood 1872. Thinking this might be it right here. Hang on, folks. Let me get us down to 3. Okay, there's our airport right there. There's the bridge. This must be the river. And center, Redwood, 1872. We have the river in sight. I wasn't sure if it was this body or not right here.
Redwood 1872, roger. Near cleared the Mount Vernon visual approach runway 1.
Cleared for the approach Mount Vernon visual, Redwood 1872. Okay, we're going to get her really slowed up here, folks.
Number 340, Papa November, expect the visual approach runway 35 into Leesburg.
We'll expect the visual 35 in Leesburg, Papa November.
Flaps 1. As soon as I feel comfortable, folks.
Allegiant 8065 Lima, space
2,500
soft
feet.
line, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, Allegiant 8065.
American 516, descent by the caps 3 arrival, Washington landing north, Washington altimeter 3011.
We're going down via the caps 3, landing north, American 516.
Okay, we are yes, I activated the ILS. All right.
2,500.
Catrin is 10 miles.
American 154.
Spoilers arm,
American
brakes,
154, Washington Center, go ahead.
medium.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, when you check in, I need your passing altitude, so ident and say passing altitude.
Yeah, passing through flight level 248 and I'll ident.
Washington Center, Moxie 6405, ready to go, runway 34 at Richmond.
Moxie 6405, roger, wind variable at 4, runway 34, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Moxie 6405.
Washington Center, JetBlue 599, climb and flight level 360. JetBlue 599, Washington Center, ident. American 154, radar contact 60 miles southwest of Fayetteville, VOR. Descent by the dumpster 2 arrival, runway 5 transition, rally altimeters 3014.
Roger, American 154 on dumpster 2, arrival, expecting runway 5 and for left.
2,500.
Can you say again the last part for me?
Can we have 5 left at Raleigh for American 154?
American 154, expect 5 left.
Roger, 5 left, American 154.
JetBlue 599, radar contact 20 miles northwest of Atlantic City, VOR. Climb and maintain flight level 360. Redwood 1872, wind 0307, runway 1, clear the land.
Cleared to land, runway 1, Redwood 1872, and fields in sight.
American 1892, just to maintain 3000.
Just to maintain 3000 for American 1892.
American 516, expect ILS runway 1.
Expect an ILS runway 1, American 516. Washington Center, Moxie 605 is at 1700 for 3000.
Moxie 6405, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climb maintain flight level 360. 6405.
Second 23, we've got our radio situation sorted out. Can I get another radio check?
32555.
Thank you, sir.
Right, there's the bridge, folks. Woodrow Wilson.
American 516, start maintain 3000.
Okay, gears down, flaps
down to
full.
3000, American 516, and we're
Cleared to land. Runway 1, dead ahead. You'll find Airbus is amazing to fly visual.
American 1892, rivers at your 10 o'clock, 5 miles, report the river inside.
Rivers in sight for American 1892.
American 1892, cleared to mount running visual runway 1, keep turn base within 10 miles.
Keep turn base within 10 miles, cleared for the visual Mount Vernon for runway 1, American 1892.
Washington Center, Gulfstream 914 Bravo Delta, Richmond, requesting IFR. Number 914 Bravo Delta, Washington Center to Louisville Airport, where they call you 7 departure. Ready transition that is filed. Maintain 5000, squawk 5614.
Oh, did I mention we have a 6,000 to 7,000 foot runway?
Clear to the Louisville Airport.
Okay, cleared to land, stable, gear down,
Cali
flaps
7
down.
and ready, NS filed, altitude 5,000 feet, departure this frequency, and transponder code squawk
Caution,
5614.
taxiway. Caution,
Gulfstream 914 Bravo
taxiway.
Delta.
Minimum 2.
914 Bravo Delta, read back correct. Wind variable at 4. Let me know what runway or what you want when you call for taxi. Affirm, Wood.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 20, 10, 5.
Caution, on taxiway. On
American
taxiway.
516 at Catherine, cleared ILS runway 1 approach.
Alright, at Catherine, we're clear for the ILS runway 1, American 516.
American 1892, wind
on taxiway.
0307, runway 1, clear the land.
Clear to land, runway 1, American 1892.
And Redwood 1872 off at November 1.
Redwood 1872, roger, taxi to parking, have a good day.
Parking, thanks, have a great day. Redwood 1872.
American 4619, descent by the approach to arrival, LaGuardia, altimeter 3006.
3006 will descend with arrival American 4619.
Washington Center, Gulfstream 914, Bravo Delta, ready to taxi to runway 2. We're at the Richmond FBO. November 914, Bravo Delta, runway 2, taxi via Romeo Bravo. Actually, Romeo Alpha. Over to runway 2 via Romeo Alpha, Gulfstream 914, Bravo 7.
Bravo Delta.
Good afternoon, Washington Center. Avalo 123 with you. Flight level 390.
Avalo 123, Washington Center, I-10th.
All right, folks. A lot to do in a short amount of time.
This is SITTR. Good day. Cherokee November 367 Mike Bravo, 26 miles west of Raleigh at 5,500 on a VFR flight to Greenville.
For 367 Mike Bravo, Washington Center, Russia. You said you wanted the flight following?
That's correct, sir.
For 367 Mike Bravo, Roger, say aircraft type.
It's a Cherokee Papa Alpha 28.
So we're 367 Mike Bravo, squawk 2420.
2420 Cherokee Mike Bravo.
Washington Center, hello, American 56 will be at 320. American 56, Washington Center, I-10th.
Washington Center Delta 2170. Passing
That was painful,
22
sorry.
miles south of Westminster.
Delta 2170, Washington Center, I-10th. Avalon 123, radar contact 30 miles northwest of Wilmington, VOR.
All right, folks, we are in the gate. Here comes American before I
Delta
shut
2170, radar contact 15 miles north of the Armel, VOR. American 56, I-10th.
Nice. All right, let's make sure the, I don't think the
American 516, wind 0307, runway 1, clear the land.
Red line runway 1, American 516.
American 56, radar contact 28 southwest of Norfolk, VOR.
All right, folks, welcome to Ronald Reagan National Airport here in the nation's
340, Papa November,
capital.
proceed direct Leesburg Airport, set to maintain 5,000.
I thought I hit the start button, but I hadn't. Okay, air's on now. We can turn them off.
November 340, Papa November, proceed direct Leesburg Airport, set to maintain 5,000.
Direct Leesburg down to 5,000, 3 Papa November, correction, 0 Papa November.
American 154 at autos, cleared ILS from my 5 left approach.
All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a great run. Let's get...
American 154 at autos, cleared ILS 5 left approach.
And we'll head here.
Number 367 Mike Bravo, you are radar contact 15 miles west of the Raleigh VOR. Raleigh altimeter is 3012.
3012, sir, Mike Bravo.
American 154, Washington.
Oh, the truck somehow got in there. There we go.
Roger, at autos, cleared.
Another American coming in. All right. I hope you all enjoyed, folks. That was a fun flight as we This is the closest I'm going to get to 9/11 tomorrow. Fortunately, won't be able to fly any tomorrow, but hey, this was fun. I really hope you all enjoyed. It was a nice flight from the Big D to Washington, D.C. And bear with me a second.
Taxi departing with Juliet, cross runway 33.
Via Juliet, cross runway 33.
Kind of watch.
Washington Center, go stream 914 Bravo Delta, holding short of runway 2 on Alpha, ready to go. 914 Bravo Delta, runway 2, clear for takeoff, wind 1008. Clear for takeoff, runway 2, go stream 914 Bravo Delta, thanks.
And right over there, folks, is the nation's capital. And that's why I say you got to try to stay up the river as best you can going out of here.
West to Wilmington, flight level 290.
All right, so let's get in here, take a look at this real quick.
0535. 0535,
And,
American 516, looks like we're vacating here at Sierra. We're going to gate 33.
American 516, Roger, taxi departing via Juliet, cross runway 33.
Parking via Juliet, cross 33, American 516, thanks.
Okay, looks like good numbers into American. Let's see if
126 Washington Center,
that is true. All right, so we do have the aircraft here. Let's see, 373 feet a minute the airline got us at, and other than that, we did pretty good on points.
Yeah, we're going to be ready to go here. I'd like to get authorization to taxi and take off.
I'm going to go ahead, disconnect right now. That way, you know what, I can just do this. Come down here and go.
That is correct.
Click. And that quiets things down quite a bit. All right. Yeah, we'll stay online just in case they start parking around us, which I would not venture to think they will. Well, there's one. There's the other. So, all right. So, really a fun flight, folks. Let's take a look at Sim Toolkit. There we go. All right, so it looks like 351, so pretty close. Not bad. We'll take a look at the numbers. I might even venture to rewind it. We'll see what happens. Dallas to DC, Redwood, otherwise known as Virgin America. Here's the route. Here comes the quick details. Most of which all of your Elevatex, your Volantas do. Sim Toolkit dives a little deeper to help you out. I know one thing that happened again. It happens every approach, and I don't know how to stop it yet. We'll explain here if we can get a rewind. Okay, so here's our runway. Now, this is a good example. You're not even supposed to be in here, folks. This is just blast pad. Keep the grass from burning from the jet wash. All right, so you come in. Here's your visual landing point. Your ILS was set up here. Your PAPIs were set up here to put you right here. 71, where did I see it? A 7,170-foot runway, folks. So, not as short as we've been in. I mean, if you go down to South America, Rio, Santos Dumont is 4,000 feet. A320s, A319s, 737, 8, and 700s. Land there routinely, folks. 4,000 to 5,000 feet. It's one of the shortest airfields for commercial jetliners. Unlike the shortest airfield in the world for commercial aircraft being Saba Island at 1,300 feet. And believe me, it's tricky, folks. We're going to try an aircraft that should be a lot easier in the fact that it's more of a short takeoff landing type. But anyway, that's another day. But here you can see what we did. We did really good. We only landed 13, call it 1,400 feet down the runway, 9 feet off the center line. So really a beautiful landing, and add insult to injury, got off here. Now, I'm not 100% sure if we're actually in. Yeah, I guess we are. Yeah. Okay, we are. My bad. I just had this feeling we weren't at C-23, that it really was up here. But we are. So there's your overall numbers, folks. Looks really good, really nice. Hey, I love flying into Reagan. All right, so here we go. Let's just do one more time. There's 1892. Oh, by the way, folks, see if I can find it. I think the Pentagon is right there. Oh, they've already gone offline down there. All right, so let's, and by the way, they have an amazing subway system here, folks. Just back there towards the Pentagon to help them out, because as we all can kind of imagine, there are 24-hour shifts a lot there. They have a beautiful mall and food court below ground, train station wise, right there at the Pentagon. Really, everything you would think a base would have is available to them right there. So really a neat thing. All right, let's come offline permanently. And here we go. Well, wait a minute. You know what? I just don't trust it. I'm just making sure. All right, here we go. And this is built in, folks, but the problem is some of the aircraft will leave doors and all open. Looks kind of funny. I'm not liking what it didn't. Oh, it did. Okay. Hang on. Let's see where we are. Oh, we're right on final. Cool. Thought we were getting ready to crash to desktop. Still thinking. There it goes. All right, folks. So let me do a couple of things behind the scenes here. Obviously, Auto has control here. As we get her fully configured and starting down the glide slope. I wonder if this is the 10 to 12 seconds. I get this on all the aircraft. Here's where we stay out over the river. It's actually a pretty good landing, folks. I don't know about you. Yeah, that's a pretty good landing, folks. Really, really good. All right, we'll get one more look out of the tower. Folks, that is a beautiful landing into here. Folks, what a great run flying into DC is. Get a little squirrely on the runway, yeah. But other than that, folks, just a fun run. And the fact we made it here to come off and park is even better. That tells me I did hit the numbers right, and we did it right. So I want to say thank you all, and I really hope you take time tomorrow to reflect on 9/11, to maybe remember where you were at. Hang on a second. And hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow, as best as anyone can do. Like I said, we will not be streaming tomorrow. We'll be in town north of St. Louis watching both our grandkids. So I hope you all really do reflect on 9/11. And I hope you take part in some of the stuff that'll be happening tomorrow. Here, real quick. Let's see. Click. And toggle. One more time, folks, as we pan over and look. There's the Washington, D.C. Mall, the Capitol Building, White House, and Washington Monument, Jefferson down there. So, again, hope you all enjoy. Remember, it was a day of infamy, folks. Most of us will never know aside, the only day of infamy we know is World War II. Well, we actually had one occur in our generations just 23 years ago. So, be kind, and, it's also a day of service if you can help out. I'm sure it would be much appreciated. So, for now, we'll see you Thursday. God bless.